Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023, and going to go over some of the headlines this morning, including the dead Olympic gold medalist Tori Bowie, found in her home for unknown reasons, unresponsive at age 32. Very symbolic number to America. In the decade I've been doing this, we've talked about a lot of dead Olympic medalists who died prematurely for unknown reasons. They always end up giving some reason after the fact, but again, it's just way too many young people who should be living a lot longer lives. I mean, athletes, you know, taking care of their bodies doesn't make sense to just be found dead for unknown reasons at 32. We'll get to why that number is so symbolic, as we've talked about a gazillion times before. Again, I put it out before the game for you guys about how the 76ers could get the 247th playoff win in franchise history on the Illuminati's 247th birthday. We'll talk more just about how Illuminati that game was, proving that the Illuminati is still in existence, something that a lot of people like to laugh at as if they're on some level of intelligence that everyone else should be at. Again, if you think the Illuminati's gone, you're the joke. We'll further prove that as we prove it every single day. And then we'll talk about this mass shooting in Serbia, which is big in our news this morning, where they're talking about gun control in Serbia, just like they're talking about gun control in the USA. There's a very familiar pattern. Same one we talk about in nearly every mass shooting, no matter where it is in the world. And then we'll also go over some of these other buzzing headlines. You got to love the one up at the top. Texas massacre suspect's longtime partner arrested. And then the subheadline, several arrests were made after the suspected shooter was captured hiding in a closet. Partner in the closet. The media is a joke every single day that treats us like we're stupid. Okay, let's help fix that. Again, that's what this channel is about, trying to elevate people's level of consciousness, knowledge, awareness, so they can see through the sick cabal that controls our media, our entertainment, our sports, our Olympics, all things we've been exposing for a decade now. But anyhow, dead at 32. What do I call 32? I call it the America number. In gematria, words like America, college, career, average, they all equal 32. America was established on a 32-date numerology. Here's a young woman, Olympic gold medalist, holding the American flag, and a story about how she was found dead for unknown reasons at 32 this morning, May 3rd, 5-3. America 32, Tori Bowie, the name she went by, 53. Her actual name equals 84, like United States of America. And a part of me starts to wonder, because we know that they are growing Manchurians for celebrity, for athletics, for politics. It's like they're literally contriving people, raising them to be certain things. Is it that, the people behind Tori Bowie say, well, she's not going to be winning any more medals. Her life purpose is served. She's got a nice life insurance policy on her that we've been paying on. Maybe today's a good day to collect her numbers up. Because it seems to be something like this. Because every time one of these athletes is dead this way, it's always just perfectly by the code. Tori Bowie, 53, dead on 5-3 at age 32 as an American gold medalist. And again, 7/4/1776. Our nation's birthday. Add up the numbers. 7 plus 4 plus 1 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6, 32. And then the other thing established in 1776 was the Illuminati, just before the American Revolution on May 1st, May Day. And notice they turned 247 years old this year. As we talked about the top performing stock in the U.S., the company name was 247. The big upset in basketball, the 10-point underdog 76ers without their star player, the MVP Embiid in the 76th anniversary season. Anyway, the 76ers get the big upset, getting the 247th win on the Illuminati's 247th birthday. But look how perfect it was. If you watched my video on May 1st, we talked a lot about 48 in the headlines. Illuminati equals 48. The 76ers got their 48th win over the Celtics in the playoffs on the Illuminati's birthday. James Harden, the star of the 76ers who put the game away, stayed on 48 losses in the playoffs. Keep in mind they're playing the Boston Celtics, which also equals 48 like Illuminati. And then the big number that we always talk about, the Illuminati, Adam Weishaupt, the Jesuit who established the order, who died 201 days after the anniversary of its establishment. when he called it the Order of Illuminati, which equals 201. Doc Rivers, the coach of the 76ers, the Illuminati game on his 201st day of his age. And look at the score. 76ers won with 119. The Illuminati symbol is the all-seeing eye. And as we know in Gematria, all-seeing eye equals 119 with the most simple cipher. If you run it in reverse with numerology, it equals 61 like Philadelphia. Philadelphia kept the Celtics on 61 total wins for the season. Celtics won 57 games in the regular season, including being one of the only teams to play the day of Super Bowl 57, which they won. They got their 41st win that day when Super Bowl's 41. But the Celtics won 57 in the regular season, 4 games over Atlanta to advance to the first round of the playoffs, putting them at 61 wins for the year. They stayed on 61 in the Illuminati all-seeing eye tribute. And just for one more, the 76ers got the 244th win all time over the Celtics on the Illuminati's birthday, May 1st, the day leaving 244 days left in the year. And then yesterday, May 2nd, 5-2. Every team that could become 5-2 on 5-2 did, including the Lakers, with King James winning it on the anniversary of the publishing of the King James Bible. Again, history, dates, numbers, you learn these things, you can dominate the world of rig sports as we do time and time again. And it's not just about winning your bets. People need to wake up to what they are investing their energy in. A rigged show, a rigged game, which should be so obvious. I mean, we're Celtics fans right now. How do you explain the way you guys lost to the Hawks the other day before you won the series? I mean, you guys were up like 13 with 3.5 minutes, and you just turn the ball over every single time down the court to give Atlanta a fast break with just lazy passes. I mean, the scripts are so obvious. And the Illuminati knows. It's like it's a litmus test to see if they got society in the trance seemingly everybody's in. As they march into the stadium with the overpriced ticket and the overpriced beer and the overpriced food and the overpriced parking, and then they march out with their heads hanging like the Clippers fans when we documented just the other day when we were down at the Staples Center. Anyway, also in the news, the gun control story out of Serbia. Today is 33 days before Serbia's 17th birthday on June 5th. 33 days before the 17th birthday. I recently talked about the Ethan Hawke movie about the serial killer who kidnaps little children and keeps them in a basement with a Masonic checkerboard floor. And then the password that the one boy figures out to get out of there, it is 3317. The House of the Temple, the Masonic headquarters in D.C. is at the address 1733. Again, in Gematria, Mason equals 17, Masonry equals 33. We just talked about the shooting in Louisville, 149 days after the Jesuit Superior General's birthday, right before the 149th Kentucky Derby. But again, it was in District 33 at Building 333, exactly 33 weeks after the mayor's birthday. Then there were 3 shootings in Louisville that week that all made the national news. And it was compared to Nashville, where the shooting was at Building 33, where they said 3 adults and 3 children were killed in a building where 33 teachers worked, and so on and so forth. Last year in April, on the anniversary of the American Civil War, you had the subway shooting like an underground railroad, and they said 33 shots are fired. And we've covered the same thing a million times. But now 33 days before the nation's 17th birthday, today is also 137 days after the Pope's birthday, the 33rd prime. Again, we're on a calendar that's synced up with the Pope. The Jesuits created in the 16th century, the same century that the alphabet was standardized, that the Gregorian calendar was rolled out. And again, the Jesuits created the Illuminati. The Jesuit order equals 201, like Order of Illuminati equals 201, like Pope Francis is the first Jesuit Pope and the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican and has a birth name that equals 201. But anyway, what are the odds? 33 days before the nation's 17th birthday. Perfect. Also, the leader of the nation's 53 years old right now. This happens on 5/3. Technically, the word shooting does have a gematria value of 53. His birthday is March 5th, which can also be written 5/3. It's 59 days after his birthday, the 17th prime, right before the nation turns 17 years old. He's been the president since 2017. And they're saying the shooter's a 13-year-old. Again, the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, their HQ in DC, at the address 1733 on the top of the building, the unfinished pyramid with 13 layers of bricks like on the dollar bill. 13-year-old shooter here. They come out right away and say only 40 per. It says Serbia, a southern European country of nearly 7 million people, has more than 2,700,000 guns in private ownership, only 44% of which are officially registered. Again, that's the primary shooting number, 44, that we talk about over and over. So there's some other things that are interesting here, but really just to keep it short and simple and the super repetitive pattern that everyone can remember, 33, 3 days a morning. Serbia and Belgrade both equal Jesuit order, and it's got the 144 connection, like how this month on May 24th, the 144th day of the year, it'll be the anniversary of the Uvalde shooting, major ritual, which came right after Buffalo shooting, which was on May 14th, 144 days after the death of Peter Canisius, and just down the street from the shooting in Buffalo is the Jesuit school named after him. Okay, and then again, just the partner hiding in the closet. I mean, again, you guys, we're just being made fun of. And here's the way I boil that down, the joke. It's like they're making society more and more feminine, right? Just more and more guys are gay, more and more women are, well, maybe women are becoming more masculine, which is interesting. It's like, it's more like a reversal of the genders is what we're seeing. But just everybody getting so weak and afraid. And like in the 90s, we had a 3-letter word that started with F and had a middle letter A and a third letter G to describe like guys that were that way, effeminate, weak, wimpy. And now you can't say that. It's just so bad. But, I just had a guy call into my sports stream the other day who has a really effeminate voice. And he had a little like tantrum. And really, I just corrected him for what he was doing. It was annoying, and he should have handled the response like a man, but instead he acted like a woman, which didn't surprise me because again, he seems to like. If I had to guess his real sexuality, and he told me he's married, he's got a woman that lives like in South America, but I don't know. He reminds me of all the guys in Capitol Hill in Seattle or in the Castro in San Francisco. So anyway, again, it's making a joke about what society is becoming more and more. And people don't see the joke. They don't see the joke that's upon them every day. They just think everything's normal, especially the younger people who are now growing up in this world. As for the Tucker Carlson, the racist news, I understand I'm no Tucker Carlson proponent. I always say so many people think he's falsely the hero. He's just another actor on the stage, which is why he departed from Fox the same day Don Lemon, his nemesis, departed from CNN, and then they got the same lawyer. But the news broke about Tucker Carlson, the racist, last night. And Tucker Carlson is a racist. So is almost every host on Fox News. Fox News loves to get in a segment about a black man committing a crime captured on camera. They just got to always insert that in their programming on Fox News. So anyway, I don't deny that Tucker Carlson's a racist. I mean, it's just obvious if you understand what racism is. He's always like trying to chip away and make things along racial lines. And, oh, look at all those black guys stealing that in that Louis Vuitton store or whatever. I mean, that's who Tucker Carlson's always been. But the news broke by the numbers. It broke yesterday on May 2nd. Tucker Carlson equals 52. The date can also be written 2-5. Racist equals 25, like how the Lakers became 5-2 yesterday in the playoffs this year, just like the Knicks and Heat did in the game prior. But the Lakers also got their 25th playoff win over the Warriors yesterday on the date that's 5-2 or 2-5. So what a day for Tucker Carlson, the racist headlines, which, again, I've been saying for years the guy's a racist. Anyway, yeah, and then just the thing about this is from today. The Alzheimer's drug that slows cognitive decline by 35%. Today can be written 3-5. Eli Lilly makes that drug. I'll look more into it, but of course, you get a headline like that, your stock price is going to be up. So it's just one of those things. Buy it earlier in the day when the headline first breaks. You'll be certain to make some money. Not that any of us really want to support these companies. Maybe it does slow cognitive decline by 35%, but how much of your life declines by taking it? Again, anytime they advertise these drugs, there's always more negative side effects than helpful causes. And again, most of the problems people have, it's because of diet, exercise, lack of sleep. You do those things, you don't need to be on a bunch of pills. So we'll keep this one short and sweet, True Seeker. It is Wednesday, so we do have TFR tonight, Truth Frequency Radio, every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Show always runs 3 hours, so 6 to 9 Pacific, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern. It's the caller show. You want to call in? Subscribe to Gematria Effect News 25. Call in on Wednesday nights on TFR, and I'll see you there. Shout out to Mr. Scott first, though. I appreciate that, Mr. Scott. Chipped in another big fat $10 bill. Said, always thanks for the knowledge and consistency. The best to ever do it. I appreciate that, Mr. Scott. Also, shout out to Marquise Brown, who chipped in 5. Said, thanks for all the knowledge. You're very welcome, Marquise. I appreciate that as well. Again, thank you guys to the super chatters. And I'm going to keep this one short and sweet so more people watch it. And again, TFR tonight. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, TFR tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Gematria Effect News 25, not Gematria Effect Sports. For all you guys on sports, you guys subscribe to the other channels. I do most of the work on the news channels when they're not suspended. Until next time.